Hey guys, how's it going? Mike here with Pratt Family Homestead. Hey, I'm gonna talk a little bit quieter. The whole house is still asleep, or not still, but they are asleep. It's kind of middle of the night, and I just got done with round 3 of canning chicken. Homestead fast food. So what we did different this time was we canned chicken with the bone in. And I think I'm gonna love it. Normally, I debone the chicken. I know I shouldn't be handling this jar. This was batch 2, it's cool, but usually they say, what, 12 to 24 hours you shouldn't handle the jar, but I'm handling the jar. Normally we cut the chicken, I debone it, and I cut it into, 1-inch cubes. And we can it like that, all in its own juice and everything. Oh, it's beautiful. And it is probably Jenny's #1 fast food. Grab a can of chicken, do some stir fry or something. But doing all that, getting the meat off the bone and everything is really starting to affect my hands. But as I found out today, I ended up cutting up enough for 10 pints of this. Now they say 1 pint of meat is usually about a pound of meat. About. So this morning, I cut that meat up last night. So this morning, Sunday morning, I called, or didn't call, but I got a hold of my friend Lisa, Sutton's Days. You guys know I go to Lisa for all my canning questions. And I was like, what is canned chicken bone in? What is that like? Would Jenny or myself, but primarily Jenny, be able to grab a can and have all the meat off the bone in a matter of seconds and into a stir fry? Would it be comparable to something like this? Because that's the whole key, not only to eliminate freezer space, but also fast food, homestead fast food. So she immediately turned around, sent me a little video message. Here, check that out.
Good morning. Okay, the animals are going to love you for this one. So I canned this in 18. That's what it looks like in a jar. That's some serious gelatinous bone broth in there, guys. So super good stuff. Now, okay. Now we're going to have the hordes running towards the kitchen because they heard a jar open. Okay. I mean, look at that. That's awesome. Okay. All the animals will be very happy. Okay, let's see. So, because you actually can it for less time than you do plain chicken, which is weird, isn't it? I always thought that was weird too. So, let me see. Nope, bones seem pretty strong to me. Yep, bones seem pretty strong to me. So, you see how it just came right off the bone? I've had people tell me that it was really soft. And I don't know what they did. But, yeah, those are the bones. We are good to go here. So, that is canned chicken off the bone.
So how cool is that? I can always count on Lisa. And believe me, if Lisa doesn't know, she will find out. So stay tuned to the end of this video. In a day or two, I think I'm going to open up one of these cans and we're going to try it out just to see how it is. So other than saving my hands, canning this chicken with the bone in, these are all legs and thighs. Canning with the bone in saves a ton of time on this end. Now, if that only equals a very little bit of time on the dinner side of things, then I think it's well worth it. If it's going to add a lot of time to Jenny trying to prepare a fast meal, then it might not be worth it. So we'll have to see how all this goes. Typically we freeze, so this kind of works out pretty good too. Typically we freeze 3 legs and 3 thighs together with the skin on, and Jenny will bake them or something. It so happened that I was able to get 3 legs and 3 thighs into each of these quart jars. Here, let me grab this cooled off one. And look how beautiful that is. Now this is raw pack. We added no juices to it. These are all the juices from the chicken and the bone and everything. Talk about super healthy. Canning it bone in on this side of things. So like we're going to be butchering chickens in about 6 weeks. Canning it with the bone in is so much faster. So after a day of butchering chickens, it will not be such a big process to get these at least ready to go into the jars. I think I'm going to love this. I think I'm absolutely going to love it. And as you saw, Lisa was able to shred hers with no problem. She was also testing some other stuff, so that can get shred pretty quick. Anyways, that's it. That's why we are trying canning bone in. Save time on this side of things with only a little bit of time needed to be put in on the dinner side. And to save these hands from taking all kinds of meat off of the bones. Cooked chicken. Let's see how this comes out. Look at that, bone off. And this is not a couple days later, or 3 or 4 days later, but it's all done processing and all that good stuff. And I imagine we're doing this for video purposes, but this would be easy to just kind of dump out and show you. But the legs might be a little bit more work. So your first gut reaction, is this still fast food?
Oh yeah. Oh, that didn't work.
Well, it kind of did. You're discarding that piece. Then you have a fork you could be using also.
Yeah.
But you're just demonstrating how incredibly easy this is. Yeah, so if you're in a hurry, you would just dump this out and just, you'd be done in, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute maybe.
Yeah. Once you get your second hand in there, then it's not quite so bad.
And I'm wondering about saving this juice. This is for a broth type thing. That's some goodness right there.
Drain a little bit out and good broth.
Oh, yeah. Or don't strain.
Yeah.
Fast food right there. So there you go, guys. Oh, excuse our pig bucket right there with our daily grain rations for our pig in there. And some leftover cut up stuff, yep. But that's the bone-in canned chicken. Jenny says it's still fast food, which was a huge goal. And so this is probably primarily the way we'll do it in the future, because that saves a ton of work, ton of time. I mean, that is time consuming to get all this meat off the bone, cut it up, get it into jars. A little more convenient on this side, but not enough to matter. And then also saves these hands from having to do all that butchering. So, hey Creeper, what's up? All right, guys, thanks.